people think age makes you a leader.
Yeah.
Position makes you a leader.
Yeah.
And then you have the coaches who try to push their leaders because that helps them.
They need their minions.
Yes. And I'm bringing all of this up is the complexity of a business of football. You have 53 men on the roster dressed 46, 53 men who are all different ages, sizes, color, experiences, how their family origin was, and you throw them all in there, and then you put them in shoulder pads, you put them in a hot environment, you put competition, you put money, you put fame in there, and all of a sudden, it could be, I like to say sometimes people focus on what came first, the chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
But I've been saying lately is it could be both. Let's not focus on the chicken and egg. Let's just eat and make chicken salad.
So, when it comes to leadership, kind of something you just said was every position is going to have a so-and-so leader. They should have a leader.
Yeah.
Every team should have a good group of veterans. That might be, I want to say a good 6 to 10 guys should be veterans. And by veterans, I don't mean guys who are in year 6, year 7. I want those veterans to be year 8 to 12. I need guys who can show the young guys the ropes in the right way. What I said by having leaders who aren't leading the right way is what I learned about is, man, in the NFL, there are very, very, very talented guys. That means this guy might be able to go out at night. He might be able to stay up till 4 a.m. and he might get to workouts at 7 a.m. and go crazy. I mean, do everything you want him to do to a
Straight from the club to practice.
I'm talking straight to the club, straight to practice. So for me, you have young guys who follow that, who are young. They only know what they know. They feel like, hey, this is my leader. Let me follow him. This is the way of the NFL. And I learned quick, hey, this is not how this is done. It's not how it's done, because when you think about the NFL, you think about glitz, glamour, money, cars, shows, you think about all that. And when you get to it and you think that this is what you're going to do and you're not going to be, and you're not as talented as so-and-so, it's going to hinder you. But I also loved with the Panthers, man, we had so many great veterans around us, man. Mike Tolbert, Thomas Davis, Roman Harper. I had Kurt Coleman that season. Just so much, Charles Johnson. And if you know the names that I've named, they're a little different.
They're all different in a good way.
In a good way, though, you know what I mean? And regardless of who they all led the right way. And I've seen guys who are in roles that they think that they're leading the right way, and they're not. They're literally heading these kids down demise. They're heading these kids to 2-3 seasons, and they're done. While those men were nourishing us as young men, husbands, as local community leaders. Like, we saw that in front of us, man. When I seen Thomas Davis Defending Dreams Foundation. Shoot, I love that. I went and pretty much made Trey Boston Beyond Belief Foundation. You know what I mean? Like, because I saw how these guys were leading in the right way. Charles Johnson going down to his hometown, creating a whole day of camps where he does a whole big event. I went and did that because my OGs did that. To this day, me and Roman Harper, Kurt Coleman, we all talk, we all play golf, shoot, even with you. So for me, having guys like that who are good for you to nourish your mind, your body, your soul, instead of feeding you into this world, is who you need to have championship teams. And when I talk to my guys who, I own a facility down in Fort Myers, D1 Fort Myers. The owners are me, Jalen Watkins, Sammy Watkins, all Super Bowl guys. And when I talk to them about Super Bowl, I ask them, what is the difference? And they tell me about the leaders on their team, the leaders who truly were good men who kept people going, instead of the leaders who are heading to demise. And the teams that I was on that were cheats, they had leaders who could not lead. And that's just being real. And one thing you said was coaches. Like, yeah, coaches need minions. And when coaches don't get the minion who says everything that they want to say and hey, you gotta be this way, act this way, and only do things my way. That's not how the league works. You're a league full of grown men. If you don't utilize your veterans for who they are, you're gonna lose them. You're gonna lose your team. You find and that you. For me, I'm not a guy I'm trying to get a team. I don't care to be the head honcho of the team. But if my guys are listening to me more than respecting what you have to say, you might want to use me as one of your guys. And if you use me as one of your guys, the cavalry will listen. We got you. But I think a lot of coaches, they fault themselves in trying to be the guy, like the number one guy that must be played into. No, use your veterans because it starts in that locker room. Like you said, you can have a great season, average locker room. Sometimes I'm not going to say it's going to be bad, but you can have an average locker room. You can have a bad team with a great locker room. And those are the years that you look back and you say you missed out on because your guys were too good. Like I look back at 2019. If Cam doesn't get hurt, we got a defense full of dogs, man. We got Luke Kuechly, Bruce Irvin, Gerald McCoy, KK Shore, me. I mean, it's just like DJ. Like we have so many dogs that can ball, but if we lose that one guy, I mean, just like football, man, you lose one guy, especially the quarterback position.
It's a special guy too, a guy
special.
It's crazy. It's crazy because people don't really understand. A system can help a guy too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get a bad player in a good system, and it goes pretty good.
Hey, listen, I'm stop right there, Steve. When I went to LA ran Seattle Seahawks defense, which is the 3-high single high DB safety.
Keep everything in front of you.
Keep everything in front of you. Trey, your job is no seams, no posts. Don't let nothing go deep on your boys.
Okay.
Man, Steve, that was the first system that I felt like, wow, I see why Earl Thomas is winning this. Talented player, amazing player. But being in a system like that taught me, oh my God, systems could truly make a player's career.
Mm-hmm.
Career. In that one season, I was second on the team in tackles, third in the league in INTs, 5 INTs. I want to say alternate in the Pro Bowl. Like it was crazy. And that it felt so easy to me. And then I left and went back to like a quarters defense. And I still 3 picks, 4 picks here and there. But being in that system showed me that the players around me were just players. Get to your landmark, make your tackle, you are good to go. And when you get defenses like that with great players, it's no reason why Seattle wasn't who they were because they had the great players running an easy system. When we went to the Super Bowl back in 2015, we had like 8 plays. Let Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, Shaq Thompson at linebacker go crazy. Let the D-line, Jared Allen that year, Charles Johnson, KK Short, Star, Latulele. Like, man, we had dogs. Let your dogs eat and we had a rule that, hey, we just don't beat us. They can't beat us if they know what we're in. We'll let them know, hey, we're in quarters. We're in quarters. Beat us now.
Yeah, do something about it. Yeah.
Do something. But we knew our system to a T. And when you know your system to a T and you feel like nobody can beat it and you know all the ways that they should try to beat it, man, you're unstoppable, man. I see it year in, year out, man. If you got a good D-line, good front seven, and you just let them dogs eat, they going to eat.
That's been Georgia the last 2 years. I know it's college versus NFL, but that's been Georgia's whole thing the last 2 years.
Look at the Eagles. The Eagles are going to continue to stack up. They're going to continue to stack up. I mean, you don't win the big game, but hey, you're going to find yourself there more often than not with a great D-line.
Cut to it. Let's get down to it.